This episode of Off The Script is brought to you by WrestleCrate. WrestleCrate is a monthly pro wrestling-based subscription service, and each month, subscribers will receive a new pro wrestling-themed mystery crate. To go and subscribe, please go and visit their website at www.wrestlecrate.com and on Twitter at WrestleCrates. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is WWE Off The Script, episode number 67, part number 3 for your Saturday morning. This is the number one source right here on YouTube.com for WWE news, rumors, reviews, predictions, 2K15 content, you name it. If you enjoy WWE, this is the place to be, all right? If you guys missed parts 1 and 2 of this historic week where Ring of Honor will make its debut on Destination America next week, I got the full story on everything regarding TNA, Ring of Honor, Destination America, Dixie Carter, the relationship with the roster, how the roster is feeling about this announcement, all that in parts 1 and 2 linked down below. If you're not following me on Twitter to keep up to date on Off The Script, at JD from NY206, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, well, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for, man. Like I said, number one source. All right, now, I got so much news this weekend, guys. Let's get right into it. All right, Samoa Joe, with this Ring of Honor news and the announcement of Ring of Honor on Destination America, where does that leave Samoa Joe? You know, Samoa Joe made his debut at NXT TakeOver Unstoppable to confront Kevin Owens. You know, Samoa Joe was working with Ring of Honor before he made that debut on NXT. So what does that mean? Will he be wrestling for both NXT and Ring of Honor? Well, further details surrounding Samoa Joe, possibly appearing for both NXT and Ring of Honor, have been provided in a recent report from F4WOnline.com, home to the Wrestling Observer radio show with Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer. As previously reported, Joe signed a non-exclusive deal with WWE to work television tapings for NXT. However, WWE was likely unaware that Ring of Honor was going to book Joe for television tapings of their own while dotting the I's on the contract of the submission specialist. Joe recently debuted for WWE during a network special, NXT TakeOver Unstoppable, on May 20th. It was then reported that the Samoan submission machine would be working NXT TV, but would be allowed to work independent dates as well. Ring of Honor then announced that Joe will be teaming with AJ Styles to face Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian during the June 20th ROH Aftershock television tapings. Speculation began to run wild about this match, and if it would actually air on Ring of Honor TV, since WWE has Joe locked into a television deal with NXT. Then the news broke on May 27th that shocked the wrestling world, that Destination America, cable home to TNA's Impact Wrestling, had picked up Ring of Honor TV and will begin airing Ring of Honor programming immediately before Impact Wrestling on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, starting June 3rd. This caused a media frenzy, with everyone wanting to know what was going on with TNA's TV deal with Destination America, and of course with Samoa Joe appearing on both NXT and Ring of Honor, possibly with his debut of Ring of Honor in June. Meltzer claims that there is speculation behind the scenes that WWE will be attempting to thwart Joe's Ring of Honor TV appearances now that Ring of Honor will be airing their programming opposite NXT on Destination America. Meltzer claims that WWE may begin instigating the same rule to others such as Brian Kendrick and Rhino, who only appear on NXT television, and then work other events for independent promotions. According to Meltzer, Ring of Honor is likely awaiting confirmation from WWE on whether or not they will be able to use footage of Samoa Joe. They plan to shoot on June 20th for episodes of ROH TV. He also speculates that Ring of Honor may already know the answer to that question and are planning alternate scripts to use if need be. Samoa Joe, I don't think WWE is going to allow Samoa Joe to be utilized on their TV, on Ring of Honor TV, okay? Obviously, if Ring of Honor was still, which they are, an independent wrestling promotion that only broadcast on Sinclair Television, which we don't get here in New York City, Obviously, I don't think it would be that big of a deal, but, you know, a lot of homes, especially on Verizon and a lot of other major cable networks, especially here on the East Coast, do get Destination America. So I do think that WWE is going to put a halt to Samoa Joe working for Ring of Honor. I do think it would be wise of them to just stick Joe on NXT and have him not do anything else. If he wants to do other independent bookings and matches and appearances that aren't, you know, on the level of Ring of Honor or, you know, anything like that, obviously it would be in best interest for Samoa Joe and WWE to let him do what he wants. But as of right now, with all this hype and all this news and this excitement and this speculation about Ring of Honor debuting on Destination America, I think WWE is going to pluck Samoa Joe away from that and keep him exclusive to WWE. That's just my opinion on that. But that is the deal right now with Samoa Joe. We will have to wait and see come the television airings of Ring of Honor on Destination America to see if Samoa Joe will be, you know, wrestling for ROH, all right? News on Rusev, United States, or former United States champion, I should say. Rusev has been at the head of two major storylines over the past couple of weeks, making him a prominent figure on WWE programming. He and his split with Lana has unfolded unceremoniously as WWE sees major stock in the ravishing Russian. Simultaneously, the Bulgarian Brute chases the Intercontinental Championship, which will be defended inside the Elimination Chamber this coming Sunday on the WWE Network. However, there may now be a setback for Rusev that could leave his immediate status in question for the Elimination Chamber. It was noted during Tuesday night's tapings for Friday's edition of SmackDown, Rusev, or Thursday I should say, Rusev would lock up with Ryback in a match previewing the Intercontinental title bout. During the match, it was said that Rusev was selling a leg injury, with the match ending quickly in a DQ finish. I got more news on Rusev this weekend, and I'm hearing rumblings that he may be seriously injured and that he may miss the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, okay? That sucks. Rusev and Lana right now are in a major storyline on WWE TV. Rusev just came off consecutive losses to John Cena. I don't know what direction they were going to utilize Rusev in. I don't know what direction they were going to push Rusev in. I don't know if they were going to build his stock back up after, you know, taking so many losses to get the United States Championship over, as well as John Cena and the rest of the mid-card. I don't know what's going on with Rusev, but now all that and all the effort that WWE put into Rusev might be on the back burner. And now as well, this could harm Lana as well, because she's directly feeding off Rusev and WWE's building her up. So how are they going to build her up with Rusev being out of action and being injured? All right, but I do have news leading into the Elimination Chamber about Rusev's status and the severity of his injury, so stay tuned to Off the Script this weekend. I will definitely let you guys know, but right now it is not looking good for Rusev, and he may be kept out of the Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber this coming Sunday, okay? More injury news. Former NXT champion Sami Zayn is reportedly set to have shoulder surgery and could miss 3 to 6 months of action. As previously reported, Zayn reportedly has issues with his left rotator cuff and was reportedly in Birmingham, Alabama on May 26th to either undergo or plan, surgery to repair the damage. While WWE has yet to confirm that Zayn is indeed having surgery on his rotator cuff, PWInsider.com claims that Zayn is likely in Alabama to have surgery for said rotator cuff, and the injury is one that Zayn apparently has been dealing with for a while now, and it was made worse, we all know, during his entrance during his Monday Night Raw singles match debut against John Cena in Montreal. Zayn entered John Cena's United States Championship Open Challenge during the May 4th edition of Raw, like I previously mentioned, and further aggravated his shoulder injury while pumping up the crowd during his entrance. He would go on to face Cena in the match, causing more damage, which would only get worse during Zayn's bout with Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship on May 20th at TakeOver Unstoppable. The Montreal native would be written off NXT television during the TakeOver event on May 20th, when Owens brutally assaulted Zayn for the second time during an NXT TakeOver event. This was to set up Zayn's time away from the ring. Zayn missed almost 2 months of action earlier in the year trying to heal a nagging shoulder injury and was forced to miss out on a lot of NXT's inaugural live events across the nation, particularly WrestleMania weekend shows. On top of missing live events, Zayn has only been able to work 5 NXT television bouts in 2015 due to shoulder issues. PWInsider.com claims that Zayn has dealt with a nagging shoulder injury since before he signed a WWE contract in 2012. The normal rehabilitation time for someone having rotator cuff surgery is 3 to 6 months. This could take longer if the injury does not heal properly. Zayn's fellow NXT superstar Hideo Itami will be also missing 6 to 8 months of action due to the surgery he just had on his shoulder. Sucks to be Sami Zayn, but look at it this way, all right? The report says that he was suffering with shoulder injuries before he even signed a WWE contract in 2012, which means he's been wrestling for 3.5 years with nagging injuries because he wanted to get the spot that he currently has right now. He wanted to push through it. He wanted to maintain his WWE status, and God willing, he did. Okay, he worked through it. Somehow he got through it. And now he's reached a point where he's on the brink of making the main roster. He's one of NXT's brightest stars. He's one of the best wrestlers in the independent scene, okay? And he will be a WWE household name, whether you want to admit it or not. Sami Zayn is talented. Sami Zayn is going to get over with the crowd. Sami Zayn reminds me a lot of Daniel Bryan. He's going to be that young guy, that small guy who's got the heart of a fucking lion, who's going to just battle and battle and battle and not quit, okay? He could be our next Daniel Bryan if WWE books him correctly. I love Sami Zayn. I love what he brings to the product. I love what he brings to television with his presence, his theme music, his in-ring skill. This is a good decision. This was a great way to write him off at NXT TakeOver Unstoppable. Kevin Owens right now making a huge impact on WWE. And Sami Zayn right now was written off TV. This is the good thing. He's going to be 100%. He's going to get, the injuries taken care of. He's going to heal, and he's going to come back better than ever. Look at it that way. WWE signed Samoa Joe. WWE has Kevin Owens, and they're building him up as an unstoppable monster. You still have Finn Balor. You still have Tyler Breeze. Okay, you got Baron Corbin. NXT is full of talent, and that's excluding the women, who do a great job every single week. NXT will be fine. They will not miss Sami Zayn 3 to 6 months. Sami Zayn's main priority right now is to get better and get 100%, which he will be, and all these injuries will be taken care of. On top of that, I got news about WWE possibly going after Austin Aries and AJ Styles for NXT. I got a huge story regarding that and WWE and Triple H bringing them in to NXT. Will it happen? I don't know, but I got the story. That's going to be on part 4. AJ Styles and Austin Aries headed to the WWE. Is this a possibility, or is it just fucking smoke and mirrors? I got that full story, but Sami Zayn, hope he gets better. Hope the rehabilitation is fast and he gets back on TV soon. I love watching him, and I can't wait to see him back at 100%. But that is Off the Script, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for part 3. If you missed parts 1 and 2, links down below. If you guys want to check out WrestleCrate, man, I got my WrestleCrate coming, hopefully, by the end of this week. I'm going to be doing unboxings next week for WrestleCrate number 2. Look forward to that. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. If you're not subscribed to this channel, rock bottom that motherfucking subscribe button, man. The number one source right here on YouTube.com for WWE news and rumors. And as always, we got the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view coming this Sunday. Review immediately following the pay-per-view on the WWE Network. This is JD. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in part 4. The headline on part 4, like I said, Austin Aries and AJ Styles headed to the WWE. Don't go anywhere. Off the Script is going to be here all weekend leading up to the Chamber, man. This is JD. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in part 4.